about playing defensive transition and setting the pace. Defensive transition, outscoring them 26-4 on the fast break. Can you just talk about the job that your guys did in transition tonight?
Yeah, I think just that just shows the character of the team. I think when you challenge somebody and you highlight what our standards are in transition and what's expected of you in transition, and then for them to respond at the level that they did today versus a really good group, that's why you love coming to work every day. And that's why you're grateful for guys that are just so coachable and then can turn around in a short span and be able to apply it. So really proud of the group for sticking with it, sustaining the attention to detail that it takes in transition. But I also think that credit our offense. Like, it was the fastest paced game we've probably had in a while. I got a pregame question about pace and how could it improve, and I think that we saw it tonight. And, Melo's obviously the head of the snake, I think, when it comes to, like, being able to have a guy that can attack and be so dynamic, and he can score for himself, he can play make for others. And so when he plays with that type of speed and aggression and force, it kind of just becomes contagious with our whole group. And so I thought that our improved offensive pace and habits helped our transition as well.
That stretch over the last 6:37 of the second quarter, you guys outscored them 26-6. Do you think that's one of the best that things have come together on both the offenses and defensive ends in that kind of a time this season, because you guys held them to without scoring as well?
Yeah, I think that it's definitely one of the better quarters that we've had this year. I just think the defensive focus and game plan execution was really good. The ability to change up coverages and matchups, and even, it starts with Josh Green guarding the primary ball handler in Booker, and then Cody comes in and guards Booker, and then Miles did a great job on Durant, and then Tijon comes in and gets some rookie minutes versus a guy like that. And I just think that every guy that was the primary matchup took on the individual challenge and did a great job for the most part without fouling. And then the team defense around it was really good, the shift activity and stuff. So that second quarter was actually really good for us, and I was just proud of the group for continuing to just kind of chop away, especially when, like, shots weren't falling for us early in the game too. And there was no let up with our defense.
You're up double digits. They cut it to 3, bring it back up to 9. They cut it to 4. Can you just talk about the resiliency of this team in pregame? We talked about that game management, and how did you see that, being able to take Phoenix's punches and being able to swing back as well?
Yeah, I think that we've been in a lot of different situations this year. A lot of things in which we can't control in terms of injuries and rotations, and even the game sometimes you can't control, a lucky swing one way or the other, but it's a game of runs. And I just think that we've been able to learn from all of these opportunities, and the guys showed tonight, like you said, a little bit of resilience. And, we've had to be a resilient group with everything we've gone through. I think it's helped us build some strength and also just build a knowledge of what it's going to take, obviously, during all these runs.
You mentioned a minute ago Miles taking the responsibility of guarding KD tonight. Obviously, KD is going to get his from time to time, but just talk about what you saw from Miles that looked like one of his better games defensively.
For sure. He was dialed in from the tip, and you could see it. Top locking Durant, trying to break his rhythm, trying to limit his touches, which I thought was really good. So there's times when you have somebody that's just that physical and that competitive, he sets a tone. And I thought that he did a great job of trying to just get Durant off of his spots early on. And then all of a sudden, when he does get a couple catches or they get an offensive rebound, because he hasn't had the rhythm that he's used to having, he misses a couple of them. So I was really proud of Miles for setting that tone and not allowing anything offensively to take away from his ability to just continue to guard at a really high level.
Charles, first of all, what does this feel like to get this win after such a long streak, and how can it be a turning point? What's important to making it a turning point for your season?
Yeah, really happy for the guys. Like I said, they come into work every day. Whether we win, we come in and we work. We lose, we come in and we work, and we truly have a group. I think from the players to the staff, front office, literally everyone. It is obsessed with daily improvement, and it's a joy to come into work. And so I'm happy for them because they've kind of just stuck with each other through some adversity, And I just think that this shows what we're capable of. We have enough in that locker room when it comes to talent. We have enough in that locker room when it comes to competitiveness. We just have to sustain it for 4 quarters. And we did that tonight, and we need to continue to just stack good days over good days, and we'll come out on the other side of all of it.
Charles, sometimes I think people assume that once you get your starting five back in, things are just automatically going to click. Sometimes it takes time.
For sure. And that's why it's just great to continue to get reps. These guys are just learning how to play with one another. It's been a while, it's been a while for some of them to even play basketball. So individually, they have to kick rust, and then collectively, they have to be able to figure out how to play with one another. And I think that's just what you're seeing little by little on each end of the court. And every game they get better, every practice they get better, and really happy with the growth of the team.
You talked pregame about throwing a lot of different looks out at Phoenix's stars. What do you feel like your group collectively was able to do in terms of doing that?
Yeah, I thought that they did a great job of, we put the big on Dunn towards the end of the game. We put the big in switching sometimes. I thought that we tried to hit a few times and get the ball out of some of their stars' hands, and the guys did that. I thought that they rotated really well. Some of the techniques on the scramble situations were great, and then finishing possessions. Like sometimes when you get out of whack with all these scrambles, or you're reading, or you're getting driven, your bigs are away from the basket, and so now it takes everybody, the collective group, to participate on the glass. And I thought we did a great job. And there was even a couple. I think we got a foul for grabbing a guy, but I'd rather see a foul and grabbing a guy than letting a guy just easy get a putback dunk. And so the fight, the continued intensity defensively, no matter what we were in, was really good.
Second straight game for Nick Smith Jr. getting around 20 minutes. How would you evaluate his play the last 2 games?
Yeah, Nick's been great. I thought he gave us a huge boost tonight. Again, really happy with the fact that he's gone to Greensboro and took full advantage of the opportunity to play with the Swarm. I thought that the Swarm staff, the Swarm team, accepting him, and him fitting in really seamlessly. And again, just trying to build some winning habits. Like anytime you can just continue to get reps and go hoop and ball and get your rhythm and your confidence, and then all of a sudden be ready for your opportunity with these guys, it's great to see. So really proud of Nick and thankful for the boost that he gave us tonight.
You mentioned talking about what you're capable of showing tonight. When you look at the core 4 having that performance tonight coming together, does it vindicate you a little bit knowing that throughout the stretch where they were all injured, this might have played a little bit of a part, and then also a kind of added responsibility to make sure that the core 4 stays healthy?
Yeah, that'd be nice if they all stayed healthy, but I just think that it's a total team effort at the end of the day, too. The guys around the core 4 are also playing really well. Like somebody just highlighted Nick Smith Jr. I think that his boost and Cody Martin's boost and Nick Richards off the bench, and so it's a collective thing. And just because you have the core 4 or the big 3 or the tandem of 2, I don't know. It doesn't guarantee any wins, and I think that it's a team game, and we're just seeing that if we have our whole collective group together competing, no matter what 5 it is, what 10 it is, we have enough in that locker room to kind of get it done, and so that's the part that's really exciting for me.